I'm a SillyPseudonym, playing an Overdrift. Sure. Krazyman wanted a Flak build with Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker. What do we want with it? Something relatively weak we could try and hope for a Death Blossom. Not going to have a lot of range with a Barrage Flak, however. Or we could try something tankier. Or even something more supportive. Temporal Shield. For the extra slow. Alright, we're going out. And there's the Hullbreaker. Now, bit of a weird one since the rate of fire is reduced by 30%. So this is going to be a oddly slow flak unless we get 100 bazillion double taps. Yep. Do need to wait for my shield to come back. Trying to kill off one, not the easiest in the world. Don't want the propulsive munitions, I guess we'll take the velocity. Barrage is going to reduce our velocity and the things it takes to get to Barrage, so getting a little extra range to help compensate is a good idea, I think. We're slowly getting there. Well, too slowly, mind you, but thank you for blocking that attack rock. Much appreciated. I usually get a tad annoyed at you, Rock. You don't provide much experience. You often run into me and push me into a singularity. But every now and again, you're a good egg. Don't want to be in the middle of that. Want to go around it, please. Trying to dodge all this nonsense is certainly a task. Whew. Slow down and take the grandeur. Does increase our crash damage. We can have a weird hybrid build here. Give it a shot. Do you want that rate of fire? Oh, I want that double tap, but I think I want this revelation into a double tap even more. Nice to see that rate of fire kicking in, helping us out. Now we can clean up all this mess. I hate seeing certain enemies in an early wave. They're just so annoying. I do want that volley for Barrage, but this will help our crash damage, and we definitely would like Terminate Blitz and probably the Essence Sap. So what do I want to focus on most? The volley or the skirmish? I think I'm going to try to get Barrage early if I can reasonably do so, but I'm not going to dig for it, so I'm not going to spend reroll points. Really looking for it. With a revelation that is tempting, but we need this burst fire for the Barrage. I'm going to take this burst fire for the Barrage. There's 3 double taps. That's going to be difficult to take early. The burst fire means we get an even bigger delay between our fire. Alright, we'll give it a shot. Okay, this is annoying. 2 summoners, one of them an elite. This is me, by the way, holding down the fire button. I am not trying to time my shots or anything. I'm actually holding down the fire button, and this is the result. This is how long it takes in between bursts. So when we fire, we do a lot of damage, but it takes us quite a while between shots to actually fire. All the more reason to look for that barrage. I want things here. On take the improved thrust, we do have a grandeur. That is slowing us down a touch compared to the default. Still no focus fire here. 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 Radio. Can't say I didn't try. To my detriment. That was a lot of rerolls to get absolutely nothing in return. Well, we got a upgrade that is somewhat useful, but still. Yow. Pain and suffering. Suffering and pain. A shielder? Glad you don't have much to shield left. Still nothing he gets. I guess if we go for a Tempest Break build, that will help, and it does give us another, if very weak, relatively speaking, source of damage. Not the smartest of positionings, but Mine Specialist. Game, you keep giving me Mine Specialist when I'm not doing a mine build. But it is another way we can do some damage, and I'm rather lacking in it, and I don't want this siege weaponry. Stabilization's okay. Efficiency... With Barrage, we're not going to use efficiency very much, so I think we kind of really should take this, even if it's not our primary theme. I just think we need something for extra damage here. Not exactly the best way of handling this, but... Egads. I do want that blink, but I also want this skirmish so we have some chance of killing Omega a little bit faster. And the terminate much for the same reason. I'm going to take that. Hope we actually have some opportunity for it. It is, if nothing else, a rate of fire increase. Sure. I feel like we need it. Like the Essence Sap, the Blitz, not going to be all that useful. Take the shield cooldown. Alright, Omega. Got rid of the first shielder fairly easily. That is very good news indeed. Takes forever and a half to actually... don't run into that. Or at least not quite so much. Tried to split my shots there and didn't manage to do a good job of hitting either one. I do want that Death Blossom, but I really think we need this focus fire for the Barrage. Game, you You're cruel sometimes. You're very, very cruel. But as I said, I think I really need that focus fire. There you are. Excellent. This would have been a very interesting Death Blossom. But again, this is a little painful, this delay between firing. For the damage output we have, I am concerned. I'd take you if we had Barrage. But now we do have Barrage. So now I would take you. Could have given me that in the opposite order game. That's on you. Okay, that handled one for me. Could have gotten more comment, but I will not turn down what help is offered. Glad I have that extra shield cooldown to make up for the barrage reduction cooldown. More hull will be good. Fire for Candescence for corrosion. Magnitude's nice. Could get these mines going so we actually fire our weapon for the mine, but I do want to get corrosion. I think that's going to be important for us actually taking on some of these tougher enemies in a reasonable time frame. I'm worried about Juggernauts and Bulwarks, which currently are going to be quite annoying. Need to watch where I'm going sometimes. Doesn't have to be all the time, but at least sometimes. I do want that mastery, I also want that double tap. Snipe wouldn't be bad here either. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. And I think I take that corrosion. Yeah, we'll take the corrosion. Lowers our damage a bit, but it will add a burn damage that adds up quite significantly if we can, if you'll forgive the usage, focus our fire on the enemies. I do want that snipe, but I think this mastery is too good. And once again, getting these mines loaded would also be pretty nice. Weakens our projectiles even more, but it does double the base projectile numbers, and with Flak, well, you have a good number of projectiles starting at 12. Means that we are even more dependent on corrosion to actually build up lots of damage, but our rate of fire is now significantly stronger than it used to be. Unfortunately, our range is significantly reduced as well, so we do have some downsides we have to be concerned with. Come on. There you are. Finally, a bulwark. I've been looking for you. By looking for you, I mean dreading you. But also watching for you. That kind of counts. Kind of, sort of. Try to get a bit of this convoy. Run over here to get a bit of this convoy. Well, it's technically the same convoy. I don't know about the evolutionary niche here. Don't want the purification. Purge is interesting if we went all the way down to Rupture and got deflagration. But I did mention trying to get loaded mines, so let's try to get loaded mines. Once again, as long as we can focus our fire, we can do a lot of damage pretty quickly. The problem is we need to actually be able to focus our fire on the enemy for a decent period of time. I do want these things, but I also want this blink. Okay, Scion. How are things? Nope, don't want that. That's what I want. Hello, convoy. Do want a little bit of your cargo, if you don't mind. Just a little. I'll let Friend Singularity have most of it. Promise. Once again, not too bad. Building our mines faster, getting burnout reactors would be nice. Getting more hull would be nice. Kinetic boost, not bad. Let's get some hull. With Essence Sap, time that blink a little poorly. But with Essence Sap, more hull does mean more hull recovery. There you go. Thank you for that present, Comet. Didn't even know there was a convoy up there until you smashed it for me. Hidden power, that's a definite no. Double tap for even more rate of fire. That's a definite yes. There are things I might want more, but given our current situation, I'm not going to say no to a higher rate of fire. Okay, yes, hello. Oops. Alright, Tracer, gone. There you are. I do like the extra range of snipe. Wouldn't mind other things here as well, but that snipe is a little more damage, but the projectile velocity is really what I want here, just because we've taken so many things that reduce our projectile velocity. Getting it a little bit higher, getting a little bit better range. Definitely is something I want. Nice to see corrosion kicking in. This is one of the times I'm going to just turn down this warp strike. We really don't have the projectile velocity / range to utilize it very effectively. Not anything like our current circumstances, and unlikely to change that circumstance anytime soon either. Oh, hello, Comet. That was a little rude. I was trying to recover my health, not lose it. Need you to cease and desist. Okay, chase me, please. Thank you. Well, no, you're supposed to chase me into the mines. Next time I will be a little bit more specific. Chase me into the mines. Not like the dugout mines. I mean, like the explodey thing mines. Alright, loaded mines. Speaking of which, now our mines actually do a little bit more damage, which is useful not only for the obvious of firing our weapon, but also helping our Essence Sap trigger a bit more often. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it might help us clear out some enemies, clear out some mines by Warbringer. Good shot, Comet. That was one of your best hits ever. You timed that pretty perfectly, right for when our big old Juggernaut friend arrived. Well done. Could try Purge for deflagration. We are Hullbreaker. I should try to utilize that every now and again just to do a little extra damage. Okay, good. Wanted to get rid of those hammerheads quickly. Want to collect all of these resources. Boost is nice. Reroll is also pretty good. Okay, that's going to cause the... I call them energy attacks. I don't really know what the formal name or if they even have one is. Bigger blasts, bigger shields, a little targeting, even stabilization would be pretty nice, but we did get Purge. Let's look for Rupture and therefore deflagration thereafter. Come on. Once again, Warp Strike? I don't think so. Let's take another Grandeur. Obviously, we don't have enough. These are not as interesting, but I will take a targeting. Homing Strike. We don't really have a lot of range, so Homing Strike won't get too far away, but it is still interesting. Could do Elegant Construction for more mines. Don't know if it's that powerful, but it's nice. Volatile Shields and Juggernaut are both interesting, though we're definitely not taking Singular Strike. Let's just build these mines a little bit faster. See how that works out for us. Oh, we've got so much to do. So much to do. Excellent. Mines took care of those enemies fairly quickly. Good job, Mines. Ouch, pain, ouch. Oh yeah, run into that mine. Please. You have my permission. Not only my permission, my recommendation. Sign you a letter of recommendation right now. Showed great enthusiasm. Believe it will be a perfect fit for your organization. I guess we go Rupture. That will unlock deflagration as an option. We have two sources of Ignite now, the Corrosion and the Deadly Wake. So we could get something out of this. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Feeling a bit tired. Woke up at 3:15. A cat throwing up all over the floor. What a joy. And then couldn't get back to sleep, so I just got up and started doing some schoolwork and at least I got to enjoy a little quiet relaxation time before I headed out the door. So it wasn't entirely negative. Just 80% negative. Yeah, that's probably not fair either. 60% negative. Come on, just need time. Yeah, these shielders do make it more annoying for a corrosion build because corrosion's a lot of building up that damage steadily. Focusing your fire repeatedly, hitting them, and shielders definitely break up your tempo. We can try these homing strikes now. Yeah, they're pretty pathetic. They are barely there. Not surprised, but I did want to see what this combination would do. And now we know. Not to ever bother again. Now, we know that technically now. Will I remember that later? Almost certainly not. Know thyself and all that. I only have so much. I am very much a person who is focused and has a strong anchoring effect. Once I get something in my head the first time, it will take me a dozen times afterwards to rewire my brain to think of it differently. Same thing for concentration on details. I am not someone who's going to be able to hold lots of details in my head. I can concentrate on a few things decently well. If you want me to focus on multiple things, no, I am not a multitasker by any means. Not my skill set. Oop, going with that, and no, I do not. Do want that. Happily take all the experience you wish to give me. Another chance at Death Blossom. That's an interesting one. We already have all but the flash shielding necessary for it. On the other hand, just getting absorption or armor would be pretty good. Kinda want to try this. Flash shielding is all we need to get Tempest Break. So we could do some fun things with this. We could. Will it be very powerful? Almost certainly not, but could be interesting. And I usually will pick interesting over... Oops. I will usually pick interesting over practical when it comes to that sort of thing. I just like to see what in the world will happen. Yeah, we do decent damage, but it is very short range, so it's not going to help us clear out the area. Still, it's something. There's the flash shielding for the Tempest Break. I think I'll take that. And there's a Scion. Hello, Scion. Whoops. Gads. Snipers over there. You're the ones with the snipe upgrade, not me. Goodbye. Farewell, I'd be saying adieu. Kids these days don't get that reference, and by kids I mean anyone born after... Ooh... When did that come out? When did Sound of Music come out? I don't even remember. '70s? Couldn't quite kill fast enough. I was hoping I would be able to zip over there and zap them, but not quite fast enough. Mines did help me out, though. Mines helped out a lot. We really would have benefited from having that Tempest Break there, since that would have kept our shield cooldown from stopping. That might have been what we need to survive. Unfortunate, but still pretty fun. I'm going to have to try different variants of this build. The Hullbreaker is always going to be a bit weird with Barrage, just because that is a big hit to your rate of fire. But everything else there was coming together decently well. In any event, I enjoyed it, and I thank you for the suggestions. But for now, I'm going to go to bed, and thank you all for stopping by.